Hey there, everyone. Carolyn Russin, professional life coach here, coming to you from the shores of Lake Huron for the last time this fall. Yeah, my husband and I snuck up here for a couple of days. We're doing the last final touch-ups of closing up and enjoying this beautiful day. It's been beautiful. I just went for a nice walk on the beach and, looking at the lake, thinking it'd be really nice to go in, but also realizing it's a little chilly. I was tempted to hop on my kayak this morning and go out, but anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. And so today I wanted to talk to you about, hi Jennifer, about living in the chaos and how for some of us, chaos really fuels us. And we thrive on it and we don't really even realize why. Hi Carol. And I want to talk to you specifically about that, about how chaos can fuel us, and not necessarily in a good way. And then how to find your calm without the guilt. And that's something that so many women, I talk to women all the time. I was just messaging with somebody in our group about how would it feel to dump that guilt so you can feel that calm. You can look after yourself and do things for yourself. And so it's a very common feeling that we all have. Once you reach a certain age, over 40, especially if you've had kids and looking after your family and all that. But first of all, let's do a dive right now about the chaos. And so how I explain this is this. People, and I don't mean the odd time in your life, when you're dealing with chaos. I mean for those of you who are dealing with chaos all the time. And, where you're saying, like, when is it ever going to end? How can I get off this hamster wheel of this chaos? Hi, Naomi. And so there's two reasons people get stuck in that. One of them is, and this is based on one thing I do with my clients, is we look at this, what's called the 6 basic human needs. And it doesn't matter who you are on the planet, you will fulfill these needs, but whether you're fulfilling them in a positive way or negative way. And in this case, it's being fulfilled in a negative way. So if you are lacking in significance in your life, so you're not feeling very valued, you're not feeling very important, when you're living in a world of chaos and you can manage it, even though if you're feeling like you're just barely, but people around you will be, hey, wow, look at Jennifer, look how well she's handling all this. She's got so many balls in the air. How do you do that? Hey, Darlene. Hey, Naomi. Like, you've got so many issues going on, but you can still manage this. And so it makes us feel more important and more significant, especially if in our lives we feel that those have diminished. So if a lot of your life has been looking after kids in your family, and now your kids are older or they've moved out, and so that feeling of significance is lacking. And this is not a conscious decision you're making. You're not thinking, oh, wow, let me make myself feel more important by creating all this chaos. No. This is subconscious level. You don't even realize you're doing it. But it is fulfilling the need, not in a very comfortable way. The other of the 6 basic human needs that gets fulfilled with the chaos is variety. So if you think to yourself, how much variety do I have? And when I talk about variety, for some people, variety is extreme sports, jumping out of airplanes, things like that. Hi, Teresa. For some people, variety is going to the movies, going and buying a new book, coming up to the cottage, that kind of thing. So if you think of your life right now and how much variety do I have, you're thinking, I don't have a whole lot, because again, classically what happens is as you get older and the people that you have always interacted with, your children and all that, and done things with, are no longer around or no longer needing you, we don't always know what we even want. Because when I ask women, okay, so if you have an extra 2 hours in your day, what would you like to do? And it's like a deer in headlights of, I don't know. Because for most of us, we don't even know what we want anymore. So it's really important to think about, okay, what variety do you have in your life? And chances are, if you don't have much variety, when you have chaos in your life, that's creating variety. It's creating a whole lot of variety. Again, not in a positive way. So if you're that type of person that's dealing with chaos all the time, and it just never seems to end, and it's going over and over again, I want you to think to yourself, how significant do I feel in my life? Professionally, personally, is that something that's lacking? How much variety is in my life? Because if I don't have a lot, guess what? This chaos, it's giving me variety, not in the way you want to choose. And again, realizing these are not conscious decisions. You are not purposely setting yourself up this way at all. This is all at a subconscious level. If you find that that's you, give me a thumbs up. I'm curious, how many of you can relate to this? That yes, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. And then of course the next step is, then what? Then what do we do with it? And part of it is doing a deep dive as far as the other 6 basic human needs and where there are gaps and where they're not, and how they can be meshed together, and how we can pull up other ways of fulfilling these needs in a positive way. So if this is something that you're thinking, yeah, I can relate to this, it might be time for us to have a chat as to how you don't have to live this way. Not at all. There are easy changes to help you with this. But now pivoting over to the calm and the guilt. Hi, Catherine. So living in this chaos, of course, all you're going to want consciously is calm. Like, geez, can't I just have a day of calm? But again, it's, can you do this for yourself without feeling guilt? Again, the woman I was messaging a few minutes ago was talking about, as I said, how would it feel if you didn't have that, if you were able to look after yourself or prioritize yourself? And of course, she said, oh, that would feel great. It would be like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, but I'd feel guilty that I wasn't looking after the rest of my family. And again, a very, very common response to that from people in our phase of life. So imagine, how would it feel if you dumped the guilt? How would it feel if you could actually prioritize yourself and not think, oh, but I should be doing this, or oh, I should be helping that person with whatever? That you could actually do something for you, hi Leah, and not feel guilty and actually thoroughly enjoy it. Because guilt is one of those emotions that, again, women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, we do it so well. We do it so well. And for the most part, it is self-imposed. It's not that other people are making us feel guilty. We make ourselves feel guilty. I know in the past, you've probably heard me talk about timeline therapy. It is a fantastic way, a very powerful way to dump some of these really charged emotions. Guilt is a big one. So again, give me a thumbs up if you know you're carrying around that guilt. Anytime you think to yourself, oh, I should do this for myself, or what could I do for myself? And then you get busy and you get, looking after other people. How many of you can relate to that? So imagine how it would feel to actually dump that guilt. As I said, timeline therapy, a fantastic way to do that. If you want to learn more about that, drop a yes below, and I can easily set up a call with you and explain what that's all about and what it entails. But I have a challenge for you right now. So I want you to think of one thing, preferably today. What is one thing, and it does not have to be big. What is one thing that you could do for you? One thing that would be calming for you. Maybe it's simply going to another room in your house, turning on a guided meditation and giving yourself 10 minutes just to calm down and breathe. Maybe it's taking 20 minutes and dropping everything else and going in for a walk by yourself. Again, just appreciating nature. Maybe it's just going for a walk in your neighborhood. Just again, taking time to breathe. When you're living in chaos, you forget to breathe. And when I say you forget to breathe, what I mean by that is your breathing is really shallow. And really pay attention and notice that. Like, when's the last time I took a deep breath? And I'll tell you how you'll know is when you actually stop and take a deep breath all the way down to your belly. It'll be, oh, yeah, that feels different. haven't done that for a while. That's how you know. And if you do that even just a few times, it will just help ground you. It'll help calm you. So again, my challenge to you is to really prioritize yourself today and think of one thing. One thing. It does not have to be big. One thing that you can do for you today. I would love to hear about them. Throw them down below if you'd like. Tell me what you're thinking of. Maybe you can inspire other women who are looking at this with a great idea. But meanwhile, so the chaos. Think about, am I lacking in significance? Am I lacking in variety in my life? Because that is probably what is fueling the chaos. If you're living in chaos, it's over and over and over and over again. Because we are all busy. We all have things, but it's what we focus on. Secondly, the guilt that comes from you wanting to look after yourself. If you want to look into how you can dump that, and I mean permanently dump that. This is not just a woo-woo, let's just do this for a day or two. This is a permanent dump. If that's something you're interested in, type yes below. I will reach out to you. We will set up a call and I will explain to you how this works. But meanwhile, today, prioritize you today with one thing. Anyway, hope this helps. Have a fantastic day. We'll chat again.